All right. Let's see. Let me adjust here. Okay. That looks better. Okay. All right. So let's see. I want to put on like music and stuff, but I hope it's not gonna be too loud. What's going on, man? How's it going? How's everyone doing? Finally, yeah. I was just finishing up dinner actually right now. Um, I was eating my dinner and stuff. I still got my beer though. Yeah, haven't finished my beer as of yet. Happy 420. Yeah, happy 420 to those who do that stuff. I personally don't. I don't do that stuff, but there's many of you out there who probably do. So I wish you all a happy 420. I suppose. I'm just trying to see if. Let me skip the song and see if it's gonna be loud. No. Is this too loud? Do I speak Spanish? No. I mean, I can understand a little bit, and it's funny because I'm Mexican, but my girlfriend says I'm whitewashed Mexican because like I can't speak a lick of Spanish at all. So, excuse me. Is the music too loud in the background? Can you even hear it? I feel like it's a little bit loud, but I don't know. Just let me know if the music's like way too loud, so I can turn it down or whatever. So I can hear it only a little bit. It should be fine. Okay, because I don't want it to be like we can't hear it. Okay, I turn it up a little bit. I just turned it up just a little, so just let me know if it's like way too loud or whatever. But I just don't want it to be distracting or anything. So, um, anyways, I just wanted to do this video. Like, we're gonna do like a metal version of this or that. So, um, it involves your guys' participation, as well as mine. We can all play. I just have a couple scenarios. What's up? How's it going, man? Greetings from Arizona. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I just have a couple scenarios that we can throw down here. Um, like I have them all. I have like just a couple written down. Mainly, I kind of wanted you guys to like come up with your own and like participate with the people in the chat and myself, where we'd all have a debate or kind of like not a debate, but like to choose what we would rather have. That's kind of the point of this or that. It's gonna be epic. Yeah, it is gonna be epic. So I wanted to start off with one that we can. I guess we could start now. I guess if you guys want to do that, or you guys want to just chill a little and discuss, talk a little. I don't know. We could just start now if you want. I don't know, but I have a couple written down here that are all right, I guess. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any too, you can just jump in at any time and say it, and we'll all discuss what we would rather do. So I'm gonna start off with the first one. It's a fun one. It's kind of one that is highly debated on. So we're gonna choose. We're gonna do this one first. All right. So I have a this or that. The first one is Metallica or Megadeth. So you all know my stance on this. I'm obviously Metallica, but I wanted to know where you guys stand on this as well. We can all play this or that. So right now we're doing Metallica or Megadeth. Metallica hands down. Yeah. Um, I think my reasons for Metallica, yeah. Um, it'd be cool if you guys could say like the reason why. That'd be kind of cool just to have just like a discussion or whatever. Before 1986 to after 1986, Megadeth, Metallica, but Megadeth is lit too. Yeah. Um, so, like for my reason for Metallica is just because, um, and it's pretty tough because you got to think of like how Megadeth kind of, they're a lot more, um, they're a lot more musically fluent. Let's put it that way. And as far as instruments, they have a more complex style of playing. Technically better, but Metallica's hands down my favorite. Yeah, I think that Megadeth has a just has a better style of playing technically. Metallica hasn't been good since the 80s. um, Megadeth still puts out top quality albums. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they both do. I mean, I can sit here and appreciate what they both do. Excuse me, as of now, as of current. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt about Hardwired to Self Destruct. I personally liked it, and that's not because I'm a Metallica fan. It's just because I just thought it was a great album. Rest in peace, Lily blows everything Metallica made after 1990 out of the water. Well, yeah, but at the same time, Metallica kind of strayed away from, what they originally had done anyway. I mean, Megadeth really didn't stray that far when they made any of their like '90s albums, save for like maybe I mean they had a couple songs that strayed away from what they originally did, but it wasn't like Metallica. Metallica like totally went 180 and went a different direction. So I mean, I think in that sense, you kind of have to give it. Yeah, you kind of have to give it to Megadeth as far as them sticking with thrash metal, or just overall metal in general, because Metallica went to more like a hard rock sound. So so I think from what I saw, it's sort of overwhelmingly Metallica, but with appreciation from Megadeth thrown in there. From what I've seen in the chat, I mean, I don't know, but so I'm gonna move on to another one. And again, you guys can jump in with your own anytime you want. Just throw it in the chat and we can all discuss it or whatever. Everything after the Black Album is just meh. Yeah, I have. There's songs that I do like off of like Load, Reload, and stuff, but it's not. It's not. It's not a lot. I only have like maybe a select few I do enjoy from those albums. Sepultura or Sarcophagus. Sepultura for me. I would have to say Sepultura all the way. Sepultura, yeah. Sepultura is definitely the better band. All right, I got some for you. Okay, here we go. So, Judas Priest or Iron Maiden. This one's always a tough one for me because they're both fantastic bands, and their entire discography is just ridiculously, insanely good, and their frontmen are great. Their musicianship is great. It's just that's a tough one. Yeah, Judas Priest or Iron Maiden. It's a because they're just all around overall. There's not like there's hardly any blips on any of their songs or discography or anything. It's really tough to decipher this one for sure. Don't make me pick. Now you got to pick one. That's the name of the game. As tough as it is, um, I can't choose. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think for me, oh man, see, yeah, it is a tough one. I'm even having a hard time. Um, I I guess I have to look at it this way. Who's had the better career? They both had great careers. I think Iron Maiden by far has had the better career. I think though, oh man, this is tough. Iron Maiden. Okay. Iron Maiden, okay. I see. I can see why Iron Maiden, but I can also see Judas Priest. Priest invented everything, Maiden perfected it. Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm personally gonna go with Iron Maiden, and I love Judas Priest. Like Rob Halford for me is like my main vocal inspiration, leaning towards Judas Priest. Yeah, see, Judas Priest is another great choice. Like, there's no right or wrong answer in this at all. Excuse me. Um, but it's definitely a tough one to choose, and I personally choose Iron Maiden, and that's only because Iron Maiden. Yeah, I think Iron Maiden has overall has the much better songs. They're, I mean, yeah, Judas Priest has amazing songs, but I think Iron Maiden overall has the better songs. I think what Iron Maiden does with their instruments is a lot more technical than Judas Priest. Like Judas Priest, you know, has like these insane solos and has these other great qualities about their musicianship, but I think Iron Maiden personally is just a lot more technical. It's like choosing a favorite grandparent. Yeah, yeah, it's tough. I think Iron Maiden though. Iron Maiden has way too many albums. I haven't listened to. Yeah, Iron Maiden has a really big discography, but I mean, and out of their entire discography, I really only like not dislike, but I won't go to maybe like three of those albums out of the entire discography. And those three are X Factor, Virtual 11, and The Final Frontier. I won't really go to those three albums. I do like some songs off of them, but they're not like I'm not gonna just go to them. You know, if I'm gonna go listen to Iron Maiden or something, I'm gonna obviously go to all the other ones. But those are just my personal ones that I personally just don't go toward when I listen to Iron Maiden. But yeah, it's this one is a tough one. I Now that I think about it, why did I write it down? It's such a tough one, but that's I guess that's what makes it a great one as well too, because it really makes you think like who to choose. Um, okay, so on the subject of Sodom or Creator, oh man, that's a tough one because I love both. Um, Blaze Bailey, he sucks. Sodom Creator, yeah, this is actually a tough one for me because I love both equally. Um, Sodom or Creator. I think I'm gonna go with Creator. I think Creator has the better frontman to me. How about Cannibal Corpse or Cannabis Corpse? Cannibal Corpse, easy. Pleasure to Kill slaps them. Yeah, I Cannibal Corpse. Yeah, I personally like Creator more than Sodom. Sodom for me, Persecution Mania. Persecution Mania is like one of my favorite thrash metal albums of all time. Like that to me like is like the definitive German thrash album. But I think Creator overall is just a better band. M16 is completely underrated as well. I completely agree. That's such an underrated album. I love that album. I love Tapping the Vein. Those two are such great albums by Sodom. Agent Orange is classic. Yeah, I agree. Uh, but if you're looking at classics as well, Agent Orange, Persecution Mania, both of those are classics. Um, but I think for me, Creator has Pleasure to Kill, and Endless Pain. Agent Orange isn't as good as people say it is. Uh, I I I respectfully disagree. I think Agent Orange is great. I think for me though, Sodom, my favorite Sodom album is Persecution Mania. That's like the definition of German thrash right there for myself. Is Persecution Mania, like hands down. Creator, Extreme Aggression. Yeah, Extreme Aggression. They have, like I said, Pleasure to Kill and Endless Pain. They have Coma of Souls. I think just overall, Creator has Phantom Antichrist. I personally didn't like Phantom Antichrist that much. Um, but yeah, I think overall the better band for me is Creator, so I would choose Creator over Sodom. That was actually one that I wrote down here. Actually, I wrote down Sodom or Creator, and then I wrote whatever the winner of that one was would go up against Destruction. So we have to determine a winner for Sodom and Creator. So who's the winner? I think for me, Creator would win over Sodom. So let's choose Creator. Yeah. Tom Angel Ripper had a bowl cut. Yeah, that was amazing. Nothing more metal than a bowl cut. Creator for me, yeah. So it looks like overwhelmingly Creator over Sodom. So I think I'm just gonna go with Creator as like the winner. So now since Creator was the winner for that, so now we're gonna put Creator up against Destruction. So now it's Creator or Destruction. So who's the better band out of those two? Creator. Yeah. Destruction, though, you can argue a lot for Destruction, though, as well. Like, Destruction has such classic albums. Like, Release from Agony is great. Eternal Devastation. I think Destruction has a lot more intense, crazier solos, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but who knows? I mean, you can make so many arguments for Destruction as to why they could potentially be better. Sentence of Death was good. Yeah, Creator. I haven't listened to much of both, so I can't really say. Oh, if you haven't really listened to Destruction or Creator or whatever, you should really go listen to both of those bands, like, right now, because they're amazing. Yeah, Creator is all the German thrash bands are just all great. They all have like great things to offer, but the big three of them is obviously Sodom, Destruction, and Creator. Destruction was pretty good. Yeah, Destruction is good. Um, Death Angel versus Dark Angel versus Morbid Angel. That's like, let's see. Okay, so you got like one thrash, one black thrash, and one death metal. I think if you're, that's hard because like Death Angel is so great because they're great in their own genre of thrash. Dark Angel is great in what they do as well. I mean, I would probably choose. Let's see, Death Angel, Dark Angel. You're missing the fourth one of the Teutonic Four. Tankard, yeah, Tankard. Tankard, beer, alcoholic, metal. Morbid Angel. It's kind of hard for me because it's two different genres of music. You have Morbid Angel, who's death metal, and then you have like Dark Angel and Death Angel, who are both thrash metal. I mean, you could argue that Dark Angel is more black thrash metal, but I think I would have to go. I would say Death Angel is separate, so I'm gonna put Death Angel over here for me. So it's really between Dark Angel and Morbid Angel. I'd probably choose Morbid Angel. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with all you guys. I'd probably choose Morbid Angel over that. Morbid Angel is my second favorite band. Yeah, yeah. I would probably choose Morbid Angel over Dark Angel for sure. Okay, let's see. I have a couple of other ones. Morbid or Mayhem, Deicide or Obituary. I'm gonna go with Mayhem. I'm gonna go with Obituary over Deicide. I think Obituary has more to offer than Deicide because Deicide just everything from them just sounds the same to me. Deicide. Okay, so I guess I'm in the minority in this. Um, I would personally choose Obituary. Okay, yeah. See, there's an Obituary right there. Yeah, I would personally choose Obituary. You can't beat Cause of Death. You can't beat Slowly We Rot or anything like that. Um, yeah, it's Obituary has the best animations. Possessed or Death? Death, by far. Death, no question. Death without question. Excuse me. Death were the creators of death metal. I know a lot of people say Possessed was, but I think you gotta give that to Death. Rip Chuck, yeah. All right, I have a good one. This is kind of a tough one for people, but I'm gonna go. Let's see, South of Heaven, or Seasons in the Abyss. What's the better Slayer album? I think for me, it's got to be Seasons in the Abyss. South of Heaven. Yeah. Damn it. South of Heaven. Seasons in the Abyss for me is just the better album. I think Seasons in the Abyss is a good mix of thrash and heavy because you have songs on there that's like Expendable Youth that's not totally thrash. It has like a heavy feel to it. Then you have songs like War Ensemble where it's just straight up in your face thrash metal. So I think there's like a good balance between like the heavy stuff and then the thrash stuff. And then, South of Heaven is just such a classic Slayer album. I have it on vinyl actually. I love that album. It's like my second favorite Slayer album, so this one was really hard to choose, but definitely for me, Seasons in the Abyss is by far the better album. To me. All right, let's see. Ah, I go for South of Heaven. Yeah. All right, I got another good one for you. So we have Bruce Dickinson or Paul Di'Anno. You would be surprised that most people would actually pick Paul Di'Anno, actually. Susan's Nebus is great. Makes the South of Heaven, yeah. Rain and Blood's heaviness, yeah. Bruce Dickinson. Also easy, Bruce. I think a lot of people choose Bruce Dickinson just because he's got the longer career. He's just been the definitive Iron Maiden singer. But you can also make a case against, I love Paul's vocals. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, Paul's vocals for the first two albums were incredible. Like, I think. No, because he has. I think. Excuse me. I think that, like, if Bruce Dickinson sang on the first Iron Maiden album and Killers, we'd be, used to him singing all that, obviously. I just think that no matter how you slice it, like when Bruce Dickinson sings Paul Di'Anno's songs, well, not Paul Di'Anno's songs, but the Paul Di'Anno era songs, it sounds funny. Like when he sings Killers, it just sounds off. Like it just doesn't sound right. Like it's fit for Paul only. You know what I mean? Like Bruce obviously does good on his songs clearly. But when he starts going into like Paul Di'Anno stuff, I think it sounds weird. Although I did enjoy the way he did Wrathchild when I saw them do that live. I was just surprised at all to hear Wrathchild live, because just from when I saw Iron Maiden, the two times before that they had never played Wrathchild before. So, all right, let me see what else I got here. I have some more. Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, or Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ooh, I do like Mr. Bungle and Faith No More, and I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot. Battle of the rock slash funk slash whatever you call Mr. Bungle. Mike Patton for the win. Yeah, I actually wanted to go see Mr. Bungle live, and I wanted to, and I didn't get to. Faith No More. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot. I grew up with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so I think I'm gonna be kind of biased in this decision, but I gotta say that it's Red Hot Chili Peppers for myself. Um, but yeah, so I think Red Hot Chili Peppers is. I wanted to see Mr. Bungle too. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to see them, but I missed out. Alice in Chains or Soundgarden. Um, I think I would go with Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains for me. Yeah, Alice in Chains for sure. Just because Lane Staley is just such a beast of a singer. Like he's just like such a great singer. I would have to choose Alice in Chains. Mr. Bungle covering Red Hot Chili Peppers without trying. Yeah, I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot. I grew up with them, so I think I'm like biased in that opinion. Tool, Tool or who? Because I think I'm gonna choose Tool over whoever it is. Smash or Pass Chris Cornell. I'm not gonna answer that. Smash. No homo. um, okay, I got a good one. I got a good one as far as like thrash albums are concerned and classic thrash albums. So I'm gonna do this to you, and I know this is gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So, Bonded by Blood or Fabulous Disaster, and that's a really hard one for myself because both of those are classic thrash albums from an amazing thrash band. So, yeah, Bonded by Blood, Fabulous Disaster, Bonded. All right, we're getting Bonded by Blood. Oh, I thought we were clearly gonna get into a 50-50 split here, but I guess not. Bonded by Blood because Bailoff is God. I love Paul Bailoff. I think Zetro Zusa. I mean, if Paul Bailoff was alive, he would have done just amazing things with Exodus, or continued to do amazing things with Exodus. But I think Zetro is such a, like, he's just like the perfect replacement for Paul. Yeah, Bonded by Blood. I think for me it's Fabulous Disaster. I honestly prefer Zusa. I do too. I mean, I love Bonded by Blood and like nothing can touch that album, but I think for me it's Fabulous Disaster. That's always been my favorite Exodus album. I mean, come on, they covered Lowrider and it sounds amazing. Toxic Waltz makes the album. I remember when Toxic Waltz would come on Metal Mania on VH1 Classic all the time, and like I would just lose my crap every time it came on. The cover always gets me. I love that cover. That's like, it's such a great cover. And then their cover of Overdose is great too. That Lowrider cover. I guess you're not. Are you not a fan of the Lowrider cover? I love that cover. It's great. It's such like a, it's such an Exodus thing to do. Overdose introduced me to one of my favorite ACDC songs. It's a great cover, like for sure. Um, yeah, I knew that one would be like a tough one, but I had to go with Fabulous Disaster. All right, so let's see what else. So this is not band related or album or anything like that related. Toxic Waltz was one of the first thrash songs I ever heard. Yeah, same. Toxic Waltz was one of the first ones I ever heard, along with the song "Bonded by Blood," "Ride the Lightning," and then obviously "Raining Blood" by Slayer. Those were like the early thrash songs that I had ever heard, and like I lost my mind hearing like those songs, and I wanted more, you know. Oh, and then hearing Violence for the first time, it was like I want more thrash. Like Violence was like one of the gateway ones for myself as well. But anyway, so now I have a good one that's not like band related or anything. So I have vintage patches versus bootleg patches. So yeah, vintage patches or bootleg patches. This one's tough because there's a lot of obviously great vintage patches, but there's also a lot of great bootleg patches that would never exist without obviously being a bootleg. I guess I don't know. Like the Toxic World Circus patch is such a great patch, and like that would never exist if nobody would make bootleg patches. You know what I mean? It depends. Bootlegs can honestly look better sometimes. Yeah, they really can. Um, whatever. And then I saw somebody said whatever's cheaper. Yeah, definitely bootlegs would be cheaper. Whatever's cheaper. Yeah, it's you got to go bootlegs for that one. Whatever's cheaper. I think for me, um, yeah, like you guys keep saying, it just depends. Vintage but bootleg can be exclusive. I agree. Like the Violence patch I have is exclusive to 50 patches, and that one was a boot. So, yeah, it's definitely tough. Um, Speaking of vintage patches, bolt thrower bootlegs are a lifesaver. Yeah, speaking of vintage patches, I actually finally, I think in my last stream, um, I was talking about how I wanted the Master of Puppets Green Border patch and Creeping Death, the Creeping Death patch. I actually got today. I actually got the Master of Puppets Green Border patch that I had been searching for years, and I finally got. I saw it on eBay. Some guy was selling it, and I bought it like right away, like that. Like I just jumped all over that. I was like, dude, I'm getting this no matter what it is, and like no matter the price. And I can tell you right now, I paid 50, and it was worth every penny. So it should be here, should be coming here by Friday. So I'm definitely gonna show you guys that in a future video. Maybe you guys can help me. What vest should I put? Should I even put it on a vest? Is the question because that's such like a grail of mine that I've been searching for years, and I don't even know what to do with it. Like, do I frame it? Do I put it on one of the jackets? I don't know which one to put it on if I put it on a jacket, though. What do you guys think? What do you think I should do with that patch? Like, I was just so happy that I found the green bordered Master of Puppets. Like, it's finally mine. I'm like so ecstatic that I have it now. It's hard to find a vintage Paradise Lost Shades of God patch. Oh, is it? I think I've seen it on T-Shirt Slayer though. I think I've seen it on there a couple times. It's just if somebody's trading it or selling it at the time because Most of the time, it's usually not for sale or trade. All right, so I think it was overwhelmingly vintage patches on that one. I seriously want a Voivod War and Pain back patch, but it doesn't exist. You could try eBay. I'm sure somebody's made like a bootleg of it. Just check eBay. That's what I do. I mean, it'll probably be like screen printed, but hey, at least you'll have a backpack, a War and Pain back patch. Um, all right, here's another one for you. That's not like metal related or anything. So we have PlayStation or Xbox. I'm gonna be biased on this one. You can have custom patches made overseas. Yeah, I agree. I would check eBay for that. Xbox. Yeah, I used to play Xbox 360, but then I got PS4 and I I just like completely switched gears to PlayStation for me. Yeah, PlayStation. I knew it would be more exclusive games. Yeah, we also get a lot of better deals and a lot better like content, I think. PlayStation for sure over Xbox. I used to have an Xbox 360, but like I said, I got the PlayStation 4. I traded in for the PlayStation 4. Game Boy. Yeah, that's classic. I've always used Xbox, but I've moved to PC. Yeah, a lot of people are moving like more to PC now and being like PC gamers and stuff. Yeah. Personally, for me, it's PlayStation. All right, I have another hard one for you guys. Oh, actually, I don't know if it'd be that tough, but so we have Among the Living or Spreading the Disease. What do you guys think? I think for me, it's Among the Living, but we'll see. Among the Living for me personally, just because like I got to see them play that album live, and it's just such a great thrash record. It's perfect in like every single form. You know what I mean? Come on, you got like Indians, Cotton Amash, Among the Living. I mean, you can't beat like any of those songs. So, Among the Living. Not a fan of Anthrax, but I like SOD. I mean, SOD is basically Anthrax without Joey Belladonna. Among the Living because it's one of my favorite thrash albums I've ever listened to. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it wasn't that tough. SOD rules. Yeah, I love SOD. It's great. They're a great band. I wish they would have like stuck around longer and made more albums together. Just because like there was just such a classic like lineup with them. Um, but yeah, SOD is great. I think for me it's Among the Living though. I think for the rest of you guys it was Among the Living as well. Um, Anthrax, Bigger Than the Devil should be on Spotify. It is an underrated album. Um, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, we have. Oh, okay. So this is in terms of Black Sabbath. So it's not in terms of their solo careers. I mean, we could look at it that way, but Neil Turbin or Joey Belladonna. Joey Belladonna for sure. But I do enjoy Fistful of Metal. It's such a great Anthrax record. But yeah, Joey Belladonna for sure. Um, so yeah, so this isn't in terms of their solo careers, although we can look at it that way. So we have Ozzy Osbourne or Dio. I'm looking at it more in terms of like the better Black Sabbath singer, which I already know who it's gonna be. So, excuse me. So we can look at it from solo careers as well. I think in terms of solo career though, you could also give it to Dio because Dio's been in multiple bands and has put out multiple classic albums and classic songs, and he's just overall a better vocalist. I mean, Ozzy's voice is amazing, but I think is far superior. And but in terms of Black Sabbath, Ozzy, you know what I mean? Ozzy will now forever be my favorite crackhead. Yeah, I think when you're saying in terms of Sabbath, you have to go with Ozzy Osbourne because he's always been the classic and the definitive Black Sabbath singer. But in terms of solo, I would give it to Dio because just like I said, Dio's been in multiple bands. Dio has done a lot more than Ozzy in terms of a solo career. Dio is charismatic, better. Yeah. Ozzy and Sabbath. Yeah, Dio solo career is hands down perfection. Yeah, it is. Ozzy is Sabbath. Yeah, I agree. Ozzy Osbourne is Black Sabbath. You know, but I mean, you can also say, there's like Dio in the Dio era of Black Sabbath. They had Heaven and Hell and the Mob Rules and stuff. Like those are just as classic as say Paranoid or Volume 4 or something. Like to me, like those the Dio years are just as classic as the Ozzy years, but I think Ozzy is like the definitive Black Sabbath singer. Like like you said, he is Black Sabbath. Neon Nights. Yeah, I love Neon Nights. That's such a great song. I like Die Young as well. Die Young is such a good song as well. All right. So I have, let's see. Okay. Crowbar or I Hate God. I don't listen to either of them, so I can't really comment on this. Um, so I'm gonna leave that up to the chat there to debate it out, because I haven't really listened to either of them, so I'm not gonna. So I can't really interject my opinion here. Um, but yeah. All right, let's see. I'd highly recommend both bands. Yeah. I'll check. I'll definitely check out. But since my last stream, I did check out Traveler and Voltax, and both of those bands were really really good, and I enjoyed both of those bands. Um, so yeah, I think I think I forgot who was the one to mention Traveler to me, but yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Traveler for sure. Sleeveless or sleeved shirts? That's tough because it just depends on the weather. I'm not gonna wear a sleeveless shirt in the cold, although I've done it before. I guess overall, I'd probably just say sleeved. Although, like, I would say like 50% of my shirts are sleeveless. Sleeveless, yeah. Um, I would say like 50% of my shirts are sleeveless. I like sleeves. Yeah, I like sleeves too. I used to wear a lot of sleeveless shirts in high school. I pretty much would wear sleeveless like all the time. But I think I've grown more to just like the sleeves anyway. Yeah, sleeves. But like I said, I have like a lot of sleeveless shirts from when I used to wear in high school. Like my DRI one's sleeveless. I have like basically all my Metallica ones are sleeveless. So um, yeah, except for this one obviously, and then like the other one, and I have like two other Metallica ones that aren't sleeveless. But yeah, for the most part, they're all sleeveless. All right. So I have another one for you guys here. So Van Halen or Kiss? Who's the better band? Municipal Waste or Iron Reagan? Municipal Waste, for sure. Van Halen. I agree. Van Halen. They're the better band, for sure. Van Halen over Kiss? Absolutely. Eddie Van Halen's a monster. And then Municipal Waste over Iron Reagan. I mean, Iron Reagan to me is just Municipal Waste. Like, they're basically the same thing to me, but Venom or Bathory? Venom, I think. I would have to go with Venom. Venom is definitely a great band for sure. Over Bathory, yeah. Bathory? Okay, so there's a vote for Bathory. I say Venom. Bathory. Excuse me. Venom, but it's a hard choice because of the differences. I think Venom. Venom for sure. Venom, yeah. I guess it just depends. Venom, yeah. Black Metal and Welcome to Hell are classic albums, so. But the first Bathory album is great, and then um, you have Under the Sign of the Black Mark and stuff. But I think Venom for sure is just a better band overall. They're a lot crazier. I think they pioneered a lot more. Bathory is my favorite black metal band, though. Yeah, Bathory is pretty good. I do like Bathory. All right, all right. I have another one for you guys. So vinyl or cassette? This one to me is always. Bathory also had a Hammerheart. Yes, they did. I'm still not allowed to listen to either in front of my parents. That's funny. Vinyl. Yeah, I'd go with vinyl as well. I like the sound better than the cassettes. Vinyl. Yeah, vinyl I think is vinyl for me personally much cooler presentation. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It looks a lot better and I think it sounds a lot better as well. I don't have any physical stuff but vinyl is cooler. Yeah. Um it's satisfying to watch the vinyl spin around. Vinyl but cassette for the price. Yeah, cassettes are a lot cheaper. I remember when I first got my record player, I didn't know how to use it at all. I got a friend with a vinyl player and it sounds great. Yeah, I had my first vinyl player. I didn't know how to use it at all, and like my mom actually had to teach me how to use it because I was like, "What do you do? Like, how do you put the needle on, or what? Like, how does this work?" And so yeah, from there, and then I just was hooked on just collecting vinyl after that, and then like I have all my like I have a crate that's like with has all my records in it. Melvin's or Kias. I would say Kias. I'd probably use CDs over all of them. Yeah, but I think for me personally, I prefer vinyl. Kias, I said for myself for that one. All right, we're gonna have a battle of the new wave of British heavy metal here. So we're gonna go with Saxon or Diamond Head. I think it's got to be Saxon for me. If I made decent money, then maybe vinyl. Yeah, a vinyl has gotten a lot more expensive. Saxon. I think the only reason vinyl's gotten more expensive is because, um, it's popular now, so they're trying to profit off of that again. So I haven't listened to either. Okay, so if dude Diamond Head all the way, I say Saxon for sure. Biff Bifford is such a monster vocalist that I have to go with Saxon. And I didn't see Saxon mainly because they have a larger output, but I prefer Diamond Head. Yeah, I only know Am I Evil. Oh, you got to listen to a lot more Diamond Head, man. They're so great. You're, I would suggest like listening to Diamond Head and Saxon like right now. Anvil or Man of War. I think they're two different bands, but I would probably go with Anvil, just because they're like early thrash metal, and like thrash metal is like my favorite genre ever. So saw Saxon open for Priest and was on shit. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I would say Saxon though. There's so much stuff I need to listen to. Yeah, this is the right channel to come to though too for sure. I don't want to like seem like that like sound too like arrogant or whatever. Like that wasn't meant to be arrogant, but definitely if you're I don't like to say that I know a lot of stuff because I don't know a lot of things, but I can definitely recommend you a lot of great stuff that, like from Saxon, like the album Wheels of Steel and Strong Arm of the Law, uh, just 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 basically like Saxon's like entire discography. Just listen to it, and you'll understand why Saxon is way better than Diamond Head, like for sure. Diamond Head though is great, and like I respect both as pioneers in the new wave of British heavy metal. Havoc or Warbringer, Havoc, hands down. I go with Havoc. What do you guys think? Havoc or Warbringer? Opprobrium versus Incubus. I haven't heard of the first one you said, but I've heard of Incubus. I know about pretty small bands, but I've never heard anything from a bunch of famous bands that everyone loves. that is a little funny, but hey, it is what it is. Warbringer. I say Havoc. Havoc is better, I think. But Warbringer is still a great band as well. Let's see. I have a good one for you guys as far as like early black metal goes. So, Venom or Merciful Fate? What do you guys think? We had Venom or Bathory, so now I'm throwing in Venom or Merciful Fate. Sorry, Venom. Yeah, Venom. I think yeah. Merciful Fate is great too, though, because King Diamond is just a monster vocalist. I know a lot of people can like say oh, King Diamond's vocals are kind of annoying because he sings high pitch most of the time. So Merciful Fate or King Diamond, that's tough because they're pretty much the same. But King Diamond does have a fantastic solo career. I think the only difference is that King Diamond tells stories with his albums. They're like concept albums. Like he tells like this whole story in all his albums. So, but I think as far as like the better band, whatever it is, I would probably say Merciful Fate over King Diamond's solo stuff. And I would personally say Merciful Fate over Venom because I think Merciful Fate is a lot more musically talented than Venom. I mean, I understand, Venom is like, play fast and all that stuff and that's great. I can get down with that obviously, but I think Merciful Fate just overall as a band just completely better than Venom. I listened to an album that's less than 1050 views on YouTube. But I've heard no Saxon. You need to listen to Saxon, man. Hellhammer or Celtic Frost? Celtic Frost. Celtic Frost for sure. Yeah, you really need to listen to Saxon. They're such a great band. I can't stress that enough. Like Saxon is a band that you need to listen to for sure. Like right now, like forget this stream, like leave the stream and go listen to Saxon. Remember Chronos falling on the floor during his bass solo. Celtic Frost all the way. Yeah, I agree. Check out Denim and Leather. Denim and Leather is a great album. Do you consider Guns N' Roses glam metal? I don't. I consider them hard rock. Axl Rose used to tease his hair, but Celtic Frost Glamour, I can't stand that album. Cold Lake is just such a weird album to me. I don't know. Yes, please listen to Saxon ASAP. Like, for sure, you need to. In fact, let's recommend new wave of British heavy metal bands. Loving the Modelo. Yeah, it's my favorite beer. Modelo's literally good with like everything. Like you can't go wrong with this beer at all. It's like the best to me. It's my favorite. I always drink this. It's just great. But anyways, yeah, I think if I was to recommend new wave of British heavy metal bands, for sure it'd be Saxon. Obviously Iron Maiden, but everyone's heard Iron Maiden before. Praying Mantis, Quartz, Tigers of Pantang is great. Um, Diamond Head, Angel Witch. Who else? Who am I missing? Yeah, Angel Witch. Um, I'm missing like a bunch. I know. Tank. Yeah, thank you, Tank. Minus Corona. You gotta have it with Mexican food. I love Corona too. That's probably like my second favorite beer. Raven. Oh my gosh! If you haven't heard Raven, just everyone leave the stream and go listen to Raven. If you've never heard of Raven before, just leave and go listen because Raven is amazing. Like they're just like flat out amazing. I've heard of Tank, but it's not on Spotify. Yeah, Tank's not on like Apple Music or Spotify or anything, which sucks because like I have to download their stuff from YouTube or whatever. But yeah, everyone has left the chat. Yeah, I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't even like mind if everyone just left to just go listen to Raven and then, boom, come back and be like, Raven's the greatest new British heavy metal band ever. Like I don't know. I think Raven is just fantastic. All for One is a great album. I love Raven. Yeah, Raven is great, dude. They're such a great band. Mind over metal. They're just like anyone who says Raven is bad, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that, but let's just say somebody did, like they would just be flat out wrong. It's like it's not even just their opinion. They would just be straight wrong for saying Raven is bad. Like they're not. They're just a great band overall. Like they're just one of those bands that are just classic in every way. Canadian thrash is a whole new level. Yeah. All right, I got another one for you guys before I go on about Raven too long. So this one deals with like the newer metal. Every time I listen to a good chunk of new albums, I get another. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing with metal. Like you can always find something new, and I think that's great. Like that's why I like having like discussions with you guys because you guys always tell me new things, and then in turn, I guess sometimes we can tell someone else in the chat new things, or I can say new things, or we all recommend stuff to each other. And I think that's what makes metal great, because we're just like this awesome community of people that can just like recommend things, and you're always discovering something new. All right, so this next one actually deals with like newer bands. I know like some of these bands like people aren't really a fan of, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I have a Lamb of God or Slipknot. And for me personally, I'd probably choose Lamb of God. I do like Slipknot. However, I would say Lamb of God's a better band to me personally. Slipknot. Okay, so two for Slipknot, two for Lamb of God because I said Lamb of God. So I think that Lamb of God. Yeah. I think Lamb of God overall is just musically better. Slipknot self-titled slaps. Yeah, the first Slipknot album is just pure genius, I think. It's great. Like the every song on the first album is perfect. Like there's not one bad song on the first record. But then you get to stuff like where Linkin Park versus Slipknot. I would say Slipknot. Although I did see Linkin Park live in 2015 and they were great. I like Linkin Park as well. Slipknot. Purify is Slipknot's best. Um, I feel like when you compare Slipknot to Lamb of God, I think that you would have to go to Lamb of God for sure. But as far as Linkin Park versus Slipknot, I gotta choose Slipknot. But I love Linkin Park too. Linkin Park is one of the few bands I legitimately dislike. Oh, really? Early Linkin Park. I like Linkin Park overall. I think they're great. How, now, why is it that you just don't like Linkin Park? Is it just because I don't know? Is it Chester Bennington? Is it because they infuse like rap into it, or they sound like they're like I get like the most recent Linkin Park records weren't that great. They kind of had that more commercial sound, but I mean when I saw them live, Rip Chester, yeah, Chester Bennington he was a talented guy, and he had just a lot of he had a lot of things he was dealing with, and you can really hear it in the lyrics and in the music. Like you could just tell Chester Bennington was dealing with a lot of emotional distress, and it's sad, what happened, and like he's just such a great, talented singer, and I feel like I'm fortunate enough to say that I've seen them actually do it like I've seen him live, you know, and when I saw him live, he was great. It's pretty mediocre. Chester's all right. Yeah, yeah. Linkin Park is like another hit or miss band for people, But what's your favorite Soundgarden album? I don't have a favorite album. I like Soundgarden, but I don't think I have a favorite album. I would probably say my favorite song is Spoon Man because I love that song, and I like that breakdown, like kind of in the middle where it's just like the drums playing. It's great. Louder than love. Like Spoon Man to me is just such a great song as far as Soundgarden is concerned. But yeah, so I have another one for you guys too, and I kind of have a feeling as to where this is gonna go, but I have System of a Down or Avenged Sevenfold. Kind of two different bands a little bit, but I would probably say System of a Down. System of a Down. Yeah, yeah. I love both bands too. System of a Down. Yeah, I think I knew this was gonna go overwhelmingly towards System of a Down. I kind of already had a sense, but I just wanted to throw it out there anyway. Hard to pick. I kind of like both. I agree. I like both. I've seen Avenged Sevenfold live, and they were really great live. I grew up on System of a Down, but yeah, they're great. They ripped off Overkill's logo. Yeah, the death bat. Yeah, they did. They did rip off the death bat and kind of make it their own thing. Not really though, but yeah, I get it. They ripped off Charlie. I get it. What is the first patch you ever got? Oh, okay. So I went over this actually in my last stream. Um, I had three patches at once. So the way it worked, so my original on my original vest, it wasn't all patched up like that, obviously. So my original vest used to have sleeves on it, and my back patch, I had three patches. I had two like regular patches and then one back patch. So my back patch was Metallica. It was the scary guy Metallica that James drew where he's like this. That was my back patch. And then on the right shoulder, I had Iron Maiden. It was like a weird killer's patch. And then on the left shoulder, I had It was Metallica, and then it had the Saint Anger Fist. So those were like my first three patches I ever had. But then I took them all off and then cut the sleeves off of the vest and just built it up from there. Actually, so those were technically like my first three patches that I ever owned, and then from there it just kind of grew. Pantera or Machine Head. That's tough because Machine Head's great, but I think Pantera for me. I love Machine Head though. Machine Head's great. Pantera though for me. And yes, I will include Glam Terra in that as well. Cause even Pantera's glam stuff is good. Pantera. Mm-hmm. Like I remember when Phil and X Hoarder is still got to. Yeah, X Hoarder is still great. I love all versions of Pantera. Yeah, I remember like Phil and Selma would like tease out his hair and like they just all looked funny. Like and then like Diamond Daryl. Yeah, Pantera is one of my favorite bands. So pretty biased. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I love Glam Terra. Favorite Motorhead album? Rip, Lemmy, and Phil. My favorite Motorhead album is probably Orgasmatron. Where is it? There it is. I have the poster right there. Time with an Afro is cursed. Yeah, yeah. I'd probably say my favorite Motorhead album is Orgasmatron. Um, I know a lot of people would say like Overkill or Ace of Spades and stuff, but I think Orgasmatron is definitely like the best one for me, and it's a really classic album that not a lot of people go to. Excuse me. What do you guys think? What's your favorite Motorhead album, guys? We need Lemmy back. Yeah. I was unfortunately not lucky enough to see Motorhead live. I'm so mad that I didn't never got to see them live, and like it's just sad that I'll never get to see them live. Overkill, Ace of Spades. Yeah, those are great albums. Like I think my favorite song on Overkill is Limb from Limb. I don't know if many of you guys have heard that song before. Limb from Limb is probably my favorite song off of Overkill. So if you haven't listened to it, um, I suggest that song for sure. Limb from Limb. And Ace of Spades, I saw. Ace of Spades is great. We Are the Road Crew is such a classic song, especially. And then the song Ace of Spades is great. Um, then you have like Love Me Like a Reptile and The Hammer. Like Ace of Spades is such a great album, but for me personally, it's this one for sure, Orgasmatron. And then I love Sepultura's cover of Orgasmatron too. Like they just did such a great job with that cover. All right, let me see. I have some more here. Oh, so let's go to the subject of the band Death. All right. So we have Scream Bloody Gore or Leprosy. What do you guys think? For me, if you've watched my videos before, you already know where I stand on this. It's Leprosy. It's my favorite Death album ever. Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy. Yeah, I think for me it's Leprosy, like for sure. Leprosy. Yeah, Leprosy for me is it's just like it's a lot heavier than Scream Bloody Gore. I feel like it has better production than Scream Bloody Gore. Has better riffs. Chuck's vocals on Leprosy are just phenomenal. The drums are phenomenal on Leprosy. Like everything like on Leprosy is just perfect. You know what I mean? Like they kind of like it was like it's just they went took Scream Bloody Gore and then said now we're gonna tweak it and perfect it. We're gonna make it perfect, and that's Leprosy. So yeah, I feel like Leprosy is definitely, for sure, the more superior album here. All right, let's go with a classic battle of hard rock: symbolic or individual thought patterns. Um, well, I said symbolic for me is like my second favorite Death album. So I would probably have to say symbolic, but I do love individual thought patterns. Who created death metal? Possessed or Death? Uh, I went over this in my last stream. For sure, Death, like, if Possessed laid the groundwork, with Death basically created it, I think. Like, Possessed to me was more like not thrash, but um, I would say, like, as far as definitively, like, creating death metal, it's gotta be Death. Thought Pattern Sound was more chunkier. Yeah, I think Symbolic though is a great album. I have it on vinyl actually. I have like my first favorite Death album for sure is Leprosy, and then Symbolic is my second, and I have both on vinyl. So that's, to me, like I don't even have to go get the other Death albums on vinyl because I have the two favorites. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go get the other Death albums. If my goal is to own the entire Death discography on vinyl, and I know it's gonna be tough. It's gonna cost a lot of money, but that's for sure like my goal, because there's not one bad album in Death's entire discography, and to me, that's the sign of a fantastic and perfect band right there. When you have no, like, when you have no bad album, you know you're a great band. You know, when it's hard to choose which one is the best album in your entire discography, you know that you're a great band. And that's Death to me, because every album from them is just, it's like it gets better and better as you progress through the discography. I don't know. That's just Death for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, that's just how it works for me, I guess. All right. So this is kind of an oddball one, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. So Hallows Eve or Flotsam and Jetsam. So we're going thrash. Um, I know some of you know who Hallows Eve is. I don't know if a lot of you know who Hallows Eve is, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you know who Flotsam and Jetsam is. So, Hallows Eve or Flotsam and Jetsam. Flotsam and Jetsam. Oh man, I'm out of beer. Yep, it's empty. Hallows Eve. Yeah, I like Hallows Eve. Tales of Terror is great. Flotsam and Jetsam though, Doomsday for the Deceiver. You can totally argue that like Flotsam and Jetsam. Let's pit Doomsday for the Deceiver up against Tales of Terror and see what happens. Not huge on either. Oh, okay. Well, that's. I mean, I haven't listened to either, but I've heard Hallows Eve. Haven't heard of Hallows Eve. What albums do you recommend? I recommend Tales of Terror for sure. And then, what's the one with Goblet of Gore on it? Is it Death and Insanity? The one that has Goblet of Gore. I think it's called Death and Insanity. But I would recommend those two albums from Hallows Eve. Re-listen to Hallows Eve. Yeah, Hallows Eve is perfect for sure. But yeah, if if you if you want recommendations for Hallows Eve, sorry, Tales of Terror and then Death and Insanity. I think. I thought the Hallows Eve Executioner guy patch on your jacket was a Mentor's patch. Yeah, it was the guy in the hood, right? The Executioner. Yeah, yeah. It's Tales of Terror, and that's like Hallows Eve or Nasty Savage. That's actually a better one than mine, because Hallows Eve and Nasty Savage are like the same thing, kind of. Oh, not like the same thing, but they're kind of the same style, like as far as sound wise goes. I'd probably say Hallows Eve over Nasty Savage. The Mentors are Gigi Allen. I'm not a fan of Gigi Allen personally, so I'd probably go with the Mentors. But yeah, so if you want, no, that's a hard one. Yeah, but yeah, if you want Hallows Eve recommendations, Tales of Terror and Death and Insanity for sure. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Gigi Allen, so I would probably say the Mentors. So yeah, like um, I think though. Oh, I don't have one written down, but let's go punk. I kind of want to go punk a little bit. I can't choose one. Yeah, I guess it would be hard for people who are actually fans of Gigi Allen and stuff, but crossover thrash or punk or hardcore. Um, well, I do like crossover thrash a lot, because you know me, thrash metal is my favorite. I think I would go with crossover thrash though over punk. Um, but I was trying to think of one for punk. Excuse me. I think I was gonna go with, it was like the Misfits, and then I'm trying to choose another one to go up against. Let's see. Or you can just go like Ramones versus the Sex Pistols or something like that. Like just do early punk and do the. Okay, we'll do that. So Ramones or Sex Pistols. What do you guys say? Ramones. Yeah. Ramones. Ramones. Yeah. I'm surprised no love for the Sex Pistols. I mean, I love the Sex Pistols for sure. I personally would go with Ramones, but I just want to see if there's any love for the Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols, even though only one album, yeah. Well, the Germs the same way. The Germs only had one album too, and I love the Germs. I have their one album on vinyl. So yeah, I would probably say the Ramones as well. I mean, it's tough choice though because you know the Sex Pistols are such a great punk band and like you said, there's only one album, but it's such an important album in punk history, and like the Ramones are just an overall important band, you know. So I'd probably say the Ramones. So I'm trying to look for another band to pit up against the Misfits. Let's see. Let's see. I'd probably say. All right, I'm gonna go with the Misfits or the Exploited. Let's put it that way. Let's do that. The Misfits or the Exploited. What do you guys think? I think you guys know where I stand on this. Misfits. The Misfits, yeah. Yeah, Misfits. I think you guys know where I stand on this one. I have them right here. My inked on me for a reason. The Misfits. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see the Misfits live. I'm so mad that I didn't get to see them live. I couldn't afford to go, and it eats away at me like every day that I did not get to see the Misfits live. The Misfits. Do you like the New York Dolls? Sort of. The Dead Kennedys or Black Flag? I'd probably go with Black Flag over the Dead Kennedys. Black Flag. Excuse me. I almost said the other word. Black Flag is better for sure. Yeah, Black Flag. I mean, I like the Dead Kennedys, but for sure, like Black Flag, like Henry Rollins to me is just amazing. He's like a great vocalist for anything that he does. Both. Yeah, I guess both could be an answer. Yeah, both is great. Yeah. So yeah, I would say Black Flag over the Dead Kennedys, but I do love the Dead Kennedys. Don't get me wrong. I have their patch on one of my vests. All right, let's see. I want to just I wanted to do this one. So I have Led Zeppelin or Deep Purple. Bad Religion or No Effects. Bad Religion. Bad Religion for sure. Zeppelin. Yep, I would go with with Zeppelin as well. Zeppelin. Deep Purple. Zeppelin. Zeppelin. Yeah. Jimmy Page's God. Purple. Okay. Deep Purple. So we got a little bit of mixture in here. Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin. Okay. 035. Yeah, I would say Led Zeppelin for sure. Because I mean, not to be biased or anything, but yeah, Led Zeppelin. I love Deep Purple though. There's like Deep Purple is just great in their own right. Kiss or Sleep? Sleep. Sleep for sure. Kiss? Kiss, huh? Yeah. I think I would choose Sleep though. Yeah, Sleep. I think I would choose Sleep more. Alright, let's see. I have another one here. This is kind of an odd one, but I'm gonna say Ghost or High on Fire. Happy 420. Yeah, nice. Ghost or High on Fire? What do you guys think? Kind of an odd one, but I think I would go with Ghost. High on Fire, High on Fire. Wow, overwhelming. A lot of almost overwhelmingly High on Fire. I'm not a fan of High on Fire too much. I'd say Ghost. I think Ghost is great. And I've tried listening to High on Fire, and I did see them live with Anthrax no, not Exodus, but with Municipal Waste and Holy Grail. But I took my time and like went to the bathroom and stuff. Um, because I just wasn't really a fan of High on Fire. High on Fire is thrashy. You should like. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried listening to High on Fire. I just don't really find them that appealing. So I'd probably have to go with Ghost. I like Ghost a lot. Um, I used to listen to Ghost a lot, and then I stopped for like a certain period of time, and then I saw them live, and then I was like, man, I forgot how great Ghost was. So then I went back and started listening to them again, and I was like, yeah, Ghost is such a great band. All right, I have. We did. Oh, so I have Exodus or Testament. What do you think? An asteroid big enough to wipe out civilization going to safely pass close to Earth on April 29th. Is that true? Because, I mean, might as well just wipe us out if we're going to be in this coronavirus thing forever. Sorry, Gary Holt, but Testament. Yeah, Exodus. Exodus or Testament. Looks like overwhelmingly like actually I would say it's kind of split right now, no? I think Exodus. Exodus for sure. Yeah, Exodus. I love Testament a lot, but I think Exodus is just the superior band. I will tell the asteroid please no because I'm a virgin. Testament, yeah. Yeah, I would say Exodus over Testament. Let me see what else I got here. So we did these, did that one, this one. Let's see. All right, I personally have one more. I don't know if you guys want to add any more, but so this is like my last one to you guys. Death or obituary? I would say death. Again, I mean, you kind of if you put death up against like any other death metal band, I feel like death is gonna win. You know, I think it's hard to choose against it. Okay, obituary. So I would say death for sure for me, but I don't know. It's definitely a hard one. Okay, I'll change that one. Scratch that. So how about I'm not a big fan of obituary vocals. Yeah, a lot of people aren't. I mean, death as a whole, but my favorite album of the two would be from obituary. Yeah. Okay, let me pose the question to you this way: obituary or pestilence? I just thought of that one. Obituary's vocals are the best. It just depends. Like it's a hit or miss for some people. So obituary or pestilence? This is a fun one actually for me. John Hardy is like the King Diamond of death metal. Obituary. I say pestilence for me. I love pestilence. Pestilence is that's hard. Yeah, it is. I just like thought of it right now. I was like, wait a minute, I could just do this. It sounds way better. My brain has gone dead. Pestilence. Too hard. I choose pestilence. Consuming. Okay, so now that Kill 'Em All versus Ride the Lightning versus Master of Okay, well the Black Album would be far at the bottom. Ride the Lightning is at the top for me. Then Master Puppets, then Kill 'Em All, and Justice for All, and then the Black Album. Like that's my order of how it goes. So I think so. Yeah, I said Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, Kill 'Em All, and Justice for All, then the Black Album. Like that's my order. Ride the Lightning. Yeah, Ride the Lightning is the definitive Metallica album, for sure. There's like no like debate. As far as I'm concerned, like Metallica is just like that's exactly my order too. Yeah, it's just like Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets were Metallica like when Metallica found who they were as a band, like like Metallica formed their sound on Ride the Lightning and then perfected their sound on Master of Puppets. So those are why it's the top two. I just think Ride the Lightning is over Master of Puppets because it's just to me it's the more classic album and the thrashier album. Everyone always says Master of Puppets. Yeah, I know. That's like everyone's definitive like Metallica album. How about a battle of the hated bands, Limp Bizkit or Nickelback? I would choose Limp Bizkit for sure. Limp Bizkit over Nickelback. Anyone over Nickelback, to be honest. Everyone says Ride these days. Yeah, I think that's true too, but I still think people say Master of Puppets more so than Ride the Lightning. Um, I think what it is with Ride the Lightning, it's just the more advertised and more promoted album cover, so you see it more than, let's say, Master of Puppets or Kill 'Em All or something. Limp Bizkit was good in their first album, $3 Bill. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, Limp Bizkit's first album wasn't so bad. I mean, I don't know how any of you feel about it. Master's the non-metal fans pick. Yeah, it's because Master of Puppets is just such. It's like when you think of Metallica, everyone says either Enter Sandman or that stuff. But when you think of like the thrash Metallica, everyone would say Master of Puppets. It's iconic. Yeah, it's iconic as well. I mean, they I think they were instrumentally better on Master of Puppets because it's just a lot more technical than Ride the Lightning. But I think as far as what's the better thrash album, it's Ride the Lightning. I hate myself that I remember most of the lyrics to Nookie. Hey, Nookie's not is actually not a bad song. That's actually like a decent Limp Bizkit song. Um, okay, so I was gonna think of another one too. What had dealt with. Okay, so I have. So this is another like taking the pestilence and obituary thing as if that wasn't hard enough. So cause of death or consuming impulse. Like as if I didn't make it hard enough before. Now I made it like 10 times harder, because to me these are two of the best death metal albums ever made. Consuming impulse. Yeah, I think consuming impulse. Yeah, I still think it's hard though. Cause of death all the way. Yeah, this is gonna divide some people. If you said slowly we rot, I'd have to really think. Well, slowly we rot is a great obituary album as well. It's a great album. I think for me, it's consuming impulse. It's heavy. It's got like way better riffs. Um, Cause of Death, don't get me wrong, is great. I'd probably pick Slowly We Rot, honestly. Yeah, yeah. I think Slowly We Rot though is, um, I think it's a lot better than Cause of Death, but it's definitely to me not better than Consuming Impulse. Being a Slowly We Rot is great. Yeah, it's great. I actually used to have that Slowly We Rot patch. It was on like one of the vests that I was making that I just totally deconstructed. It's Doomier. Yeah, it is, and I think that's why like most people would stick with Cause of Death, but yes, Slowly We Rot is definitely an underrated album to me anyway. I used to have that patch. It was on one of the vests I deconstructed, and I think I traded it or I sold it. I'm not exactly sure what I did with it. I think I sold it, which I regret now because it's kind of a hard to get patch. Um, how come nobody ever talks about Obituary's world demise? It's because I think it's because with my Slowly Rot patch rotted away. Rotted away. I think it's because that a lot of people when they think Obituary they think Cause of Death and Slowly We Rot. That's why. Severed Survival versus Mental Funeral. Severed Survival is like the definitive autopsy album. Like nothing can top Severed Survival. I think it's such like a classic death metal album. Severed, yeah. See, Severed Survival is just World Demise is solid, but I like the Incomplete. Probably, yeah. But on the Severed Survival is so good. Yeah, it is. I think like that's like the definitive autopsy album, and like it's like up there. You got to put it up there with like Scream Bloody Gore and Eaten Back to Life and Cause of Death and stuff like that. Like albums like that that really like define what death metal is. Like that's where you put Severed Survival. One of my most favorite albums ever. Yeah, it's great. It's such a great album. I saw a woman cashier at a record store in California with an autopsy shirt. It was the hottest thing I've ever seen. Nice. Yeah, that's that's pretty funny actually. I mean, in most of the record stores that are around me, like the most local one around me has like just some old dude, and he kind of it's like he listens to like oldies a lot. I would wish to see that. Yeah, he like listens to oldies a lot. So when um, which era of Sabbath is the best? Oh, we went over this. It's Ozzy for sure. Ozzy Osbourne. Sorry, Dio. Well, Dio again with the Dio has the better solo career, but Ozzy Osbourne has the better Sabbath career. You know, like somebody said, Ozzy is Black Sabbath, and that's exactly like that's like the most honest and true statement I've ever heard. Like he is Black Sabbath. You know, like I don't know. I love both. Yeah, like Wheels of like come on, like Wheels of Confusion, just the entire Paranoid album, Cornucopia, Spiral Architect. Like that's all Ozzy Sabbath, and that is Black Sabbath to me. Like all those songs, it's just that is it. That's Sabbath. There's more Ozzy albums. Yeah, but even if there were, if Dio was the better Sabbath singer and he only made two albums, it would be Dio if he was just the better overall singer. Like I feel like even though Ozzy had I feel like when a singer is on multiple records, that doesn't really define them as the best singer for the band. Like to me, it's just like in this case, yes, it works because Ozzy Osbourne just already is this already the definitive frontman for Iron Maiden. I mean for Black Sabbath. Tony Martin is actually mad underrated. I'd say Paranoid because it's one of the first albums I ever heard. Yeah, it's that like Paranoid is definitely the gateway drug, if you will, to heavy metal. I forgot Tony Martin even existed. Yeah, I did as well. I forgot about his existence too. Yeah. But yeah, like Paranoid is for sure like the gateway drug of getting somebody into heavy metal. Um, oh, another great one. Let's see. I want to pin Alice Cooper up against somebody, but I don't know who. Who should we pin Alice Cooper against? Because Alice Cooper is just such a classic, like, and then like he's just such a great front man. Like, who am I pitting up Alice Cooper against? Like, that's a tough one. Morbid Angel or Cannibal Corpse? Morbid Angel. That's easy. Marilyn Manson or Alice Cooper? Oh, okay. That could work because who's the better stage performer? Did you do Incantation versus Immolation? Morbid Angel, yeah. Marilyn Manson. Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at stage shows, I think even though Marilyn Manson does like crazy stuff on stage, Morbid Angel or Corrosion of Conformity, see it, Morbid Angel, Morbid Angel, yeah. I think when you're trying to compare like Marilyn Manson does crazy stuff, but I think Alice Cooper goes more over the top because like he's sitting like cutting his head off and stuff. Manson and Corrosion of Conformity, yeah. Yeah, more it's Morbid Angel for sure. But yeah, and so in terms of like stage performance, it's Alice Cooper to me because Alice Cooper has like snakes and stuff and he's cutting his head off. He's getting stabbed with like gigantic needles and stuff. It's so like out there and so theatrical and like Marilyn Manson's just kind of doing things for the sake of being like he's trying to offend and Alice Cooper's being theatrical, you know? Crowbar or Down. I don't listen to either, but I know Down is fronted by Phil Anselmo. I don't think I've ever heard a Manson album. Alice in Chains versus Nirvana. That's kind of tough because Nirvana and Alice in Chains, like they're both fantastic grunge bands, and I love Nirvana and I love Alice in Chains too. I think Down for Nola. Nirvana or Nirvana 2002. I think I would have to say Alice in Chains. Crowbar. Sorry, Phil. Phil Anselmo takes no offense. Alice in Chains, yeah. Alice in Chains for sure. Yeah, I think Lane Staley is a better singer than Kurt Cobain. Even though Kurt Cobain, like, he would sing and play guitar or whatever, but I still think that Lane Staley is a better singer. Have you seen Puddle of Mud cover About a Girl? No, I haven't seen them cover that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Pearl Jam versus Stone Temple Pilots. Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder is amazing. Pearl Jam for sure. Stone Temple Pilots. That's interesting. Interesting choice. Pearl Jam. Yep. I don't know if any of you guys listen to rap. We could do like one with rap. We honestly like we've kind of covered like the metal stuff. We could just kind of do a this or that about anything else if in general if you guys want to do that too. I mean, just so we can just like, I don't know if you guys listen to rap or we could do hard rock or Wu-Tang Clan or NWA. NWA. Kodak Black versus Tupac. Tupac. Always. I can only listen to the Wu-Tang Clan and Death Grips. Industrial. We could do industrial metal too. I don't know a lot of industrial metal. Fiction versus Necro. I don't think I've ever heard that. Never heard of those at all. I don't know industrial at all. I only know like maybe a couple industrial bands. I don't really listen to industrial metal that much. Never heard Necro. Just Non-Fiction is solid. Yeah, I've never heard of those. Outcast versus NWA. NWA, always. NWA. Or you can go Wu-Tang over NWA. Oh, Wu-Tang Clan is great, though. What's your opinion on mumble rap? Yeah, mumble rap. I went over this in my last stream. Like, I said that mumble rap is just, like, it makes rap, like, a joke of what it used to be. Like, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, Thomas? Welcome to the stream. I think that mumble rap is, like, such, like, it's such a joke of what rap used to be because rap used to have a message and used to be like legitimate in getting issues across and stuff. Bone Thugs and Harmony versus Migos. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Um, yeah, like mumble rap has just made it a joke on who can just make the like sickest beat and just who can mumble the lowest. It's just stupid. Like you don't even have to say anything. All you have to do is just say nonsense, and your song or record or whatever will sell millions. I don't like Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs and Harmony is a great group. Both. X-Rated or Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg. Did he really? I didn't know he sampled Slipknot at all. But that's the thing, like people who listen to rap like think that metal has like no influence on anything like as far as music goes, and they forget that like metal as far as like bass lines are concerned, like they've really influenced like a lot of the stuff that is listened to now. And just in general, that's a disgrace to Slipknot. Yeah. Um but yeah, I mean in Geograph is probably my favorite. Yeah, it um do you like Beastie Boys? I love the Beastie Boys, yeah. Doesn't mumble rap have similarities to punk? The dyed hair. Eh, I don't know if it has. I guess you could say like the style is sort of similar, but as far as music, obviously not. Beastie Boys, yeah, I love the Beastie Boys. I grew up on the Beastie Boys. I actually have License to Ill on cassette, and it's in my closet somewhere. I love that album. I grew up listening to that album, and that was like the one album I would always force my mom to play when I was like a kid. I would force her to play the cassette all the time. I knew like Paul Revere like front to back, like that entire song. Factory Rights Fire. Yeah, it's funny because Kerry King did I think he did the riff and the solo for No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Do you like Insane Clown Posse? I do not. I don't like Insane Clown Posse too much. Cheech and Chong or Jay and Silent Bob? That's tough because I like both. I think Jay and Silent Bob are funny though. What do you think are the who do you think are the rappers that suck the most? Anyone nowadays, I guess, because I don't like anyone out there now. Oh, except Post Malone. I like Post Malone a lot. I think Post Malone's really talented. Post Malone can actually sing and stuff, so I actually like Post Malone. Drake is poopy. Yeah, I don't. Other than like Post Malone, I can't really stand any other like current rapper. Post Malone is a metalhead. Yeah, he actually is. He loves metal. Like I think if like metal was selling, he would like for sure make a metal record. And honestly, I should really think he should make a metal album. Like Post Malone like appreciates the music so much, he should definitely create a metal album for sure. So Post Malone was on Ozzy's new album. Well, technically Ozzy was on his song first, and then Ozzy put that song on his album. If you want to look at it from like a technical standpoint, then technically Ozzy was featured first on Post Malone's album, and then he featured Post Malone on. It's just he basically put that song on his album. Sort of like a, you could almost call it a bonus track because it's just so completely different from like the rest of the album. Which, by the way, what did you guys think of Ordinary Man? Post Malone is the most metal rapper on the planet. Yeah. Did you guys like Ordinary Man from Ozzy Osbourne? I actually like that album. Ghost Main wears metal shirts and is influenced by metal. Interesting. I've never heard of that person before, so I guess I'll have to check him out. I actually liked Ordinary Man by Ozzy, the album. It was actually a good album. I don't know what you guys thought of it. It was really good. Didn't listen to it. Ordinary Man is pretty eh. Metal for passion, not fashion. Yeah, always. I think Ordinary Man was more of a haven't gotten a chance to listen. I think Ordinary Man really like it's more like an album for Ozzy to express like him looking back on his career and saying, you know, look at what I did. In other words, like look at how like he's like reflecting back on his life. It's kind of like as if he took the song Road to Nowhere and then made an album out of it. You know what I mean? Like it's just his reflection on I still love the classic albums. Necro collaborated with. I did like Odd Future. Rapping about saying. Yeah, so I don't know. Is Anthrax? No, it's Onslaught. My favorite Onslaught album ever, In Search of Sanity. I have it on. For some reason, Spotify has it and Apple Music doesn't have it, so I got Spotify literally just to listen to this album. I mean, I made my own playlist and stuff, but I literally just got Spotify today, and I found out that they have this album on there, and I had to like get it because this is my favorite Onslaught album ever. It is such an underrated album. It sounds like them doing Metallica. I love In Search of Sanity. It's like my favorite Onslaught album ever. The Force is still my favorite. I have The Force on cassette. The Force is a great Onslaught album too. I have that on cassette, but and I'm really trying to get this album on cassette. Actually, I'm trying to get it on vinyl. It's just such a great album. I love it. It's like my favorite Onslaught album. But yeah, so I actually don't have any more this or that that I can come up with. I mean, I had some written down right here. I take the newer stuff too. Yeah, I don't have any more that I've written down. Um, so, do you think Slipknot is real metal? Because people thinks that they suck. Grave or Unleashed favorite Maiden album. Uh, my favorite Maiden album is Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, and then Killers is right behind that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry guys. Um, and then I think Slipknot is real metal. I mean, I don't really think there's any like such thing as like fake metal. I think that metal has its own various styles, and I know a lot of people don't like Slipknot because Slipknot's like a mainstream, you could say, but it's um, like Slipknot is metal. Like whether people like it or not, like that's just what it is, and I think that they are one of the bands that really saved metal in like the early 2000s. Zombies are slasher movies. I love slasher movies. I'm a sucker for the slashers. So not fell off after their third album. Yeah, the Subliminal Verses was like a decent record. It's like their most famous, obviously. And then when they went to All Hope Is Gone, you could tell that Corey Taylor was like trying to throw in Stone Sour, like influences into Slipknot. Like you could totally tell. Third album is their best. Yeah, Subliminal Verses is really good. But you could really tell that like Corey Taylor was just throwing in Stone Sour influences in there, like really trying to like Stone Nut, yeah, Slip Sour. Yeah, did Metallica create the metal elitist stereotype? No, I think just like the metal elitist stereotype is just made by brain dead people who just want to like sit in a box all like who want to sit in a mental box like their entire life and don't want to appreciate things as a whole, and they want to just sit there and criticize other people for liking what they like. I like Stone Sour. I haven't heard them in years. Stone Sour is pretty good. I think Corey Taylor's is one of the best vocalists in the within the last like decade, because you know Corey Taylor, as far as metal's concerned, he can yell, but he can also like carry a melody, and like that's really great. Do I listen to Soulfly? No, not really. I'm not a big fan of Soulfly. I would prefer Max Cavalera and Sepultura personally, but I don't know. Do I like Opeth? I haven't listened to much Opeth before. Corey can sing. Corey is a great vocalist. I like his cover of Holy Diver. I mean, Rainbow in the Dark a lot. Never really listened to Soulfly. Yeah, Slayer, Hell Awaits Her, Rain and Blood. Ooh, that's a good one because they're both great albums. Let's see. I probably have to say Rain and Blood. Snuff is a good song, but you could totally tell that that's like Corey Taylor like shoehorning in Stone Sour's influence though. I think Rain and Blood though for sure. Rain and Blood is I think it's the more definitive Slayer album than Hell Awaits. I have Hell Awaits on cassette though for and it's a great album. What do you guys what do you guys think of Diabolus and Musica? I've always like I've always liked hearing like inputs on Diabolus and Musica from Slayer. So what do you guys think of that album? Because personally, I don't really like it. Show No Mercy or South of Heaven. Show No Mercy. It's a great debut. South of Heaven. It's bad. It's bad. Didn't really care about it. Yeah. Diabolus and Musica is like a hit or miss for people. It was a miss for me, obviously, but it's not their worst. God Hates Us All for me is easily the worst. Yeah, I didn't really like that album either. It wasn't bad as people say it is, but it's not too great. Yeah. Yeah. What did you think about Repentless? Repentless for me was just okay. That one was kind of a miss too for me. Risk or Saint Anger. Oh no. Why do you why do you gotta do that to me? Risk or Saint Anger. I don't know. Repentless is decent. Saint Anger. That's tough because they're both horrible albums to me. I'd probably say Saint Anger because it's just it's a lot better than Risk to me. Both are bad. Yeah, I agree. Both are horrible. Both are equally terrible to me. I can get down to Yeah, I can at least look at Saint Anger and say there's decent like, and I mean I'm being very nice when I say decent. You know, yeah, the riffs like the some of the riffs are actually like not bad. Risk or Super Collider because Risk is trash. And but Super Collider is equally as awful as Risk to me, but Super Collider obviously because Risk is just trash. Rust in Peace of the Black Album. Rust in Peace. I love the Black Album, but you got to go Rust in Peace. Super Collider has a few good songs. Yeah, there's not one song I like on Risk though. I hate Risk. It's awful. But yeah, I for sure like would pick Rust in Peace over the Black Album. And I love Metallica. Look, I'm even wearing a Black Album like era shirt, and yeah, Rust in Peace for sure. Before Dave Mustaine effed it up, Metallica or Country or Megadeth Disco. Yeah, Metallica. But I remember like when I first heard like Metallica's Mama Said, and I was just like, what the hell is this? Like Mama Said was like James's attempt at like being a country rock guy, It was just so weird. It was like the dumbest thing ever. I was like, what is this? This is not Metallica. Slayer or Megadeth? Megadeth. Metallica, Lulu. Ew, yuck. That was just an experiment gone wrong. I choose Megadeth over Slayer, I think, though. I think Megadeth is a lot is more technical than Slayer. I am the table. Oh my gosh, that was like the best. Like me and my friends would say that all the time when I was in high school. Lulu, Saint Risk, or is it Lulu or Saint Risk or? Never heard Lulu. Don't listen to it. It's just save yourself like 2 hours and just don't listen to it. Choosing one big four band over another is like picking your favorite kid. Yeah. Saint Anger, yeah. Saint Anger for sure. It's such a bad album, but at least it's somewhat tolerable with the riffs and everything, like for sure. Let me change this. Oh no, I wanted to listen to that. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I think like we had some fun with this or that little thing here. If Saint Anger just came out as, yeah. So all right, guys. Paradise Lost or Typo Negative? Typo Negative, to me. Typo Negative for sure. I have an online class today. Paradise. I have an online. You should go to your. You should go to your online class. Paradise Lost owns. No, like, yeah, I think that we had a great like this or that or whatever. Um, so, oh, before I go, I have something I want to show you. So this shirt is going to be featured in a future giveaway. I don't know when the giveaway will be, so don't really expect it anytime soon. But just know that when I do another giveaway in the near future, this is gonna be like the prize. This shirt, Oz Fire in the Brain. This is from I think this was from Hell's Headbangers. I think that's where I got it from. But anyways, yeah. So in a future, it's like I don't know, sometime in the future, I'm gonna be doing another giveaway, and this is gonna be the prize. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to show you guys that just to give you a little teaser of what you could win soon. So you guys in the stream were the first people to see what the prize could be for the future giveaway. Again, I don't know when it's going to be. It'll be, I don't know if it's soon or, I don't know. I guess whenever I decide to do another giveaway, you know what the prize is. So, never heard Soul, so demanufacture. Um, so yeah, just keep a lookout on whether on when I give information about an update on the future giveaway, because that's going to be the prize. And I might throw in a patch or two. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to end the stream right now, guys. I think we had a lot of fun here. I plan to do more streams in the future, so you guys make sure to tune in. If you enjoyed the stream, go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Like the stream, like the video. Go ahead and share it or whatever. Do whatever you gotta do. Go ahead and share. Like whatever YouTubers say or whatever. And thank you guys for tuning into the stream, guys. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next stream and in the next video, which the Let's Rank series actually is going to be starting soon. So actually, before I go, which band do you want to see ranked first? Fun stream, nice time we had. Metallica. You guys want to see Metallica ranked first? Motorhead. Whichever band gets the ranking studio. Yes, studio albums only. Motorhead. Voivod. You already ranked Metallica earlier. Well, it's gonna be like a full video of their entire discography. Whichever band gets the most votes is gonna be the first one that is gonna be the first one that gets ranked. I was thinking about doing Metallica first just to kind of test out how I was gonna go about it. Motorhead, I would say rank Death, but I don't want to cause terrible headaches. Yeah, that would definitely be a tough video. It'd actually be a fun video actually to do Death. Voivod. I've seen Morbid Angel. I've seen Motorhead like 3 times already, so it might be Motorhead. Yeah, on the inside, I'm like somebody like I'm on the inside. I'm like, come on, 5 people say Metallica, overwhelmingly Metallica. No, I'm just kidding. Morbid Angel would be nice. All right, so I'm gonna do it this way since like a bunch of bands are being thrown out. Whatever the band that you want to see first, put it in, and that will be your lock-in choice. Can't change it. So ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Who's the band? Pantera, Alice in Chains. Motorhead, that's 1. Morbid Angel, 1. Voivod, that's 1. So 1 for Motorhead, 1 for Morbid Angel, 1 for Voivod. Maybe do a community poll. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea too. Slayer. So the way the Let's Rank series is gonna work, I'm just gonna take, like, for example, let's say Metallica. I'm just gonna take all their studio albums and rank them from least to greatest. Morbid Angel, yeah, that'd be a good one to do. Inside, I'm still screaming Metallica, or I don't know. So far I've seen like Motorhead, Morbid Angel, Voivod. What did I miss? We're trying to choose a band to who's gonna be the first band that's gonna be ranked in the Let's Rank series. Mortician. I've never heard of them before, so I'm gonna have to check them out. Metallica, it's Metallica. Do Metallica, that's fine, get those viewers. I personally just want to do Metallica for myself because Metallica's my favorite band ever. And I think it would be fun to rank their albums because, bro, do your favorite Metallica. After that, it's fair game because I could just do it a Voivod. Voivod, okay, a Voivod will definitely be a band I do for sure. Just do whatever, but I want to see Morbid Angel. Yeah, Morbid Angel will be in there for sure. This like Let's Rank series is, I'm hoping, is gonna be just as definitive as like my vocal covers and battle jacket updates. I'm hoping that this like Let's Rank series will be something that you guys want to see more of, like I did with the vocal covers and battle jackets. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't know, but I like to see Motorhead. Yeah, Motorhead's gonna be in there for sure. So yeah, I definitely like want this like new thing to be like one of the more prominent. I'd want to see this series. Yeah, this is one that I want to be more prominent on this channel, along with the battle jackets and like the vocal covers and stuff like that. So, and I know like other like YouTubers and like probably metal YouTubers have done like a Let's Rank type of a thing, but I just wanted to take my crack at it and give like my 2 cents on how I rank these albums, because it's gonna be sort of my personal opinion and also just how I feel overall, how they should be ranked to me. You know what I mean? We have an online class early morning. Yeah, for sure. You got to go to your online class, dude. Totally. Your education comes first, man. But yeah, so that's how the Let's Rank series is going to work, and I'm hoping it's going to be a prominent thing on this channel. So yeah. All right. So now, so yeah, you guys first will know that the first Let's Rank video is going to be Metallica. You guys are the exclusive to know that. That's going to be the first one. And then after that, it's fair game. We will do Motorhead. We will do Morbid Angel. We're going to do all those ones that you guys suggested for sure. All right. So now, for real, I'm going to sign off now. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Come to the future streams. There will be more streams in the future. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys later in the Let's Rank video.